Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us once again with another Speaker Spotlight here with Great Black Speakers, shaping minds one speech at a time. Today, we have a wonderful, wonderful teen entrepreneur that we'd like to introduce you to, and I cannot wait for you to all jump in and really take in this message from our young speaker here. He has a great, great message for you, and his name is Moziah Bridges. Moziah Bridges is a 15-year-old CEO, and he is the CEO of Mo's Bows, Handmade Bow Ties, a Memphis-based and family-run business. After trading bow ties for rocks on the school play yard, Moziah's strong fashion sense led him to start his own company at the age of 9. With the help of his mother and retired seamstress grandmother, Moziah began selling bow ties on his website, mosbowsmemphis.com. And he also sold those bows in Memphis retail stores. So in addition to being featured on magazines and major networks such as The Steve Harvey Show, The Today Show, Oprah Magazine, Good Morning America, and eventually Shark Tank, he also is mentored by our one and only, one of our great Black speakers, the Shark, Damon John. So Damon John actually serves as Moziah's mentor, and he continues to grow his business underneath the guidance of Damon John. Mo's Bows has 5 employees, including the CEO of Mo, aka Mom, Tramika Morris, and Granny, who has taught Moziah how to sew. The business-minded teenager who handpicks every fabric and approves every visual element has sold more than $500,000 worth of bow ties and man accessories. Mo's Bows are sold in retailers all across the United States. He's partnered with brands and companies such as Cole Haan, Bloomingdale's, and Neiman Marcus. So in 2012, Moziah started Go Mo, a charity focused on sending Memphis children to summer camp. So we talk here a little bit about GoMo, his charity, how he's sending kids to camp. He gives 100% of the proceeds from GoMo so that children can attend summer camps. We also talk about some of the other projects that he has under his belt here and that he's working on, such as a project where he's working with the NBA draft, or he was a fashion correspondent with the NBA draft, excuse me. He's also working on some projects with creating bow ties for the NBA. So this is a very, very special interview, and I cannot wait for you all to see it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the interview with our very own Moziah Bridges. If you'd like to book Moziah Bridges for an event or have him come out and speak to your school or organization, you can visit greatblackspeakers.com. Once again, that's www.greatblackspeakers.com. So now let's go ahead and jump right into the interview. Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for clicking on this episode of the Great Black Speaker Spotlight. Today, I have a wonderful, wonderful Great Black speaker. It's a young Great Black speaker, and his name is Moziah Bridges. Moziah, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. So tell us a little bit about Mo's Bows and why you got started with the whole bow tie industry. Why not socks? Why bows?
Well, Moziah Bows is a company that I started when I was 9 years old, and I started that company because I couldn't find anything that really inspired my style and really put me out there. So I decided to make my own bow ties.
Awesome, awesome. Now, how did you get started speaking?
Well, I got started speaking because I just really wanted to get the message out there that kids can do anything that they put their mind to, no matter how many people tell them that they're too young to do it or that they're too old to do it. I want them to know that you can do anything at any age, because as a young entrepreneur, I get told that, oh, you're not a real businessman, but I prove them wrong by, speaking and letting other kids know that I am a real businessman. So it will inspire them.
I love it. I love it. So what does being a great Black speaker mean to you?
That means just to empower other people and to rise up from all of the statistics and all of what makes us bad. I want everyone to know that we're good and we help and we love.
Love it. Love it. Now, I've seen that you have been mentored by Damon John. Tell us a little bit about your experiences being mentored and just how it's been able to help you in your business, having a mentor.
Well, being mentored by Damon John was a really special opportunity. Well, being mentored right now by Damon John is a special opportunity because he guides me through the practical aspects of having a company. He shows me the rights and the wrongs, and he always tells me to, just stay true to your company. That's one of the biggest advice that I've received to him is just to always to stay true to your company.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. So you speak on a couple of different topics. Tell me some of the topics that you speak on.
Well, I speak on just having a successful company and the key things that you need to have a successful company. And those key things are education, support, and community. And the last key point is to figure out what you like doing and find out how you can make money doing it. But not only that, to believe in yourself.
Ah, I love that. Now, who instilled that in you? Who gave you kind of that motivation or the inspiration or even the courage and the confidence to get out there and believe in yourself? Who was that person for you in your life?
Well, my mom was always there to, just help me grow and motivate me and inspire me. And she's one of the best people in my life because most importantly, she feeds me, but she just guides me through life.
You said she feeds you? Definitely. That's an important piece. Definitely. Eating is always good. You can't be a businessman without making sure that you have the proper diet, right? So tell me, what are some of your favorite foods?
I love Alfredo. That's my favorite.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
I love Alfredo, shrimp
Oh,
Alfredo,
okay.
chicken Alfredo.
Yeah. I love it. Okay, awesome. So what are some of the hurdles that you've had to overcome to get to where you are today? What are some of the obstacles that you've gone through?
Well, some of the hurdles are just letting people know that I am a real businessman and I do help out with my company. And just, dealing with my mom. Sometimes we get in a lot of fights and in a lot of arguments, but at the end of the day, we come to a conclusion.
And mom always wins, right?
Yeah. She always says that she always says that Mo is the CEO of Mo's Bows, but Mama is the CEO of Mo.
That's right. I love it. That is right. I love it. So, what advice would you give to other young entrepreneurs wishing to follow in your footsteps?
I would tell them to just believe in themselves and, like I said, figure out what you like doing and find out how you can make money doing it. It's that simple.
So, tell me some of the experiences that you've had with other young entrepreneurs where you've either given them some advice or they've given you some advice on how to move forward with their business or in your own business.
Well, sometimes I would go out to speak and the kids will be so they'll be so great and they'll listen but sometimes I just think that they won't listen, but at the end of the day they do listen and that you can tell that they really take in the information that I'm giving to them, and it's a really fun experience and I like to, hang out with them and, see how their life is different from mine and just grasp um, what they give. Just like I feel like they have a lot to teach me, so I have a lot to teach them too.
Nice. Now, when you go out and you speak from that perspective, from an entrepreneur perspective, is there any other topic, like you said, I think motivation was one of them, but are there any other topics that you just love to talk about?
Um, that's pretty much it. I just love to, talk about how I got started from just, me, my granny, and my mom just all sewing together, and how hard work it pays off, and it requires dedication.
Nice. Now, since we're talking about hard work and dedication, what are some of the big, audacious goals that you have, or some of the projects or activities you're currently working on? What's keeping you busy right now?
I'm doing lots of projects, and we're venturing out to look for a manufacturer. And I'm doing my skinny long neckties, and I'm doing lots of projects with different companies. I'm doing my St. Jude project where I'm making the St. Jude tie, which is a very big accomplishment of mine. I'm also doing the NBA collection, and I have all of the team ties. So be on the lookout for those. And I'm just, looking for more sketches and looking for more innovative prints.
Nice. Now, tell us a little bit about the MBA ties.
Well, the NBA ties is a really big step in my career, because it's just the NBA.
Mhm.
But the NBA ties, they're all reversal ties, and they all have a different side to them. So it's gonna be the team and a different style that you can wear with it.
Nice. Awesome. I love that. Now, you've also talked about, you said there were some other projects there that you wanted to talk to me about as well. Tell me some of the other projects you're working on aside from the NBA ties.
Oh, it was just those two in St. Jude.
St. Jude. Okay. Awesome. Now, a percentage of the sales are going to St. Jude, or how's that working exactly?
Yeah, a percentage of the sales are going to St. Jude.
That is amazing. That's awesome. So you're not only making the bow ties and looking stylish, but you're also giving back to the community as well and helping others. That's
That's
amazing.
why, that's why I feel like it's so important when speaking and letting other kids know. I feel like it's very important to let them know it's very important to give back.
Yes. Yes. Because we're always dropping seeds, right? There's always a seed that we're dropping so we can help someone else grow, right?
Yes.
So we've talked a little bit about some of the hurdles that you've had to overcome with others, other entrepreneurs kind of looking down upon you, or not so much looking down, but just thinking that, oh, you're not a businessman because you aren't of a certain age. What would you like to tell those people out there that maybe doubt your business or doubt your ability to be a businessman? What would you tell them?
I mean, I wouldn't just tell them anything. I would just do it. I would just, keep succeeding and, keep accomplishing goals that I set for myself.
Nice. So you're basically not going to let anyone else, what anyone else says, come against you.
Hmm.
I love it. I love it. So, last question for you here. Can you tell us about your most memorable speaking experience?
Uh, well, my most memorable speaking experience was when my last speaking experience, and it was it Boys to Men, Mom? It was Boys to Men, and we just all sat together, and it was like it was a workshop speaking experience, and we all sat together, and I spoke to them. I spoke to them about what was going on in society right now, how we all need to stand up, and I just, like I said, showed them how I gave back, and how community was important, and I showed them this bow tie, and 100% of this bow tie helps kids go to summer camp. So I figured that was a really good place to, show them that what at the point that I am right now, it's very important to, still give back to your community and, still help other people out. No matter how, big you are in this famous world, you still need to, humble yourself and give people out. And it was just a really humbling experience for me because I saw different kids from all over, and it was just a fun, great experience. And we learned a lot that day too.
Awesome. I love that. I love it. So, Last question for you. I know I said the last one was the last question, but this really is the last question. Who's your ideal audience? Who would you like to speak to the most?
I would like to speak to young Black men like myself because I figure that it's just needed right now. I figure it's needed because I figure that we're always down in this world and we're not really appreciated, and I want to make us feel appreciated.
So, Moziah, can you please tell us about the tie that you donate 100% of the profits to camp? Tell me the name of the tie again.
Well, the tie is called the Go Mo tie, and like I said, 100% of the proceeds go to help kids go to summer camp because sometimes it gets hot in Memphis, and I figure kids just need to go swimming and be kids because that's what I like to do. And also, childhood hunger is at its highest in the summertime, so I figured that they could get a good meal and still have fun.
I love it. I love
And
it. That is
also,
amazing. That's really awesome. Oh, how many have you sent to camp?
50.
Wow. Oh my gosh. So you're very, very successful at selling those bow ties.
Eventually, I want to expand out and go all over the world with it.
Okay. And have you sold any ties internationally as of yet?
Yes, I do sell internationally. I sell from Africa to Russia to anywhere you can think of, and I also just came back from Germany, which was was a big accomplishment.
Wow. Tell us a little bit about your trip to Germany. Why were you there?
My
What
trip
did you
to Germany.
do?
Well, my trip to Germany was a really fun trip. I spoke to the Germans. It was a very confusing trip at the same time because I didn't understand what they were saying most of the time. But it was just a fun experience. It was the first time that I traveled outside Canada, outside the United States.
Nice. Now, why did you go to Germany? Tell me a little bit about why you went there.
I went to Germany for an entrepreneur conference, and it was just an amazing experience. I never felt like me from Memphis, Tennessee, could go and travel all the way out there. It was so fun.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Moziah, for being on the Great Black Speakers platform. We really appreciate you, and we are looking forward to seeing all of the greatness that you have with the bow ties, from the bow ties that you're giving to St. Jude's to the bow ties that you're donating 100% of the profits to camps. And also the MBA collection. That's going to be really, really awesome. So like I said, if you guys are
Yeah.
interested, please go ahead and visit greatblackspeakers.com. There you can book Moziah. And I look forward to seeing you on our next Great Black Speaker Spotlight. My name is Jessica A. Walker, and I'm here with the Great Black Speakers platform, shaping minds one speech at a time. See you guys later.